I keep getting recommended all these BookTube and AuthorTube Newbie Tag videos. I want to make a Newbie Tag video, but I'm not really a newbie anymore. Does 3 months still count as a newbie? Probably not, but bollocks to it, I'm making one anyway. Hello my little droogies. For those of you who don't know me already, my name is Avery Moore and it is very nice to meet you. For those of you who do already know me, I am going to be answering some of the BookTube and AuthorTube Newbie Tag questions so that you can get to know me even better. Since I want my channel to be a combination of both a BookTube and an AuthorTube channel, I figured what I'd do is take some of the questions from the BookTube Newbie Tag and some of the questions from the AuthorTube Newbie Tag, leave out the boring questions that I can't be bothered to answer, and make my own little book/AuthorTuber Newbie Tag video thing. So let's do this. Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? Probably a crippling desire for attention and approval from random strangers on the internet. I was a middle child. But other than that, I like books and I like writing, and I want to talk about books and writing with other people who like to talk about books and writing. Question number 2. What genres do you write in? I'm working on a grimdark fantasy right now. I love grimdark fantasy, but most of the stuff that I've written in the past has been interactive fiction. If you don't know what interactive fiction is, it's basically a novel, but throughout the novel you'll be given choices to make, and the story will change depending on the choices that you make. If you ever read any of those old school choose your own adventure books when you were a kid, where it's like, if you want to go to the magical forest of rainbows and unicorns, turn to page 21, and if you want to go to the erupting volcano of doom, turn to page 103. It's a bit like that, but not just for kids. I mostly write adult interactive fiction. It's a super fun genre to write in, and I highly recommend it. Question number 3. What kind of books do you read? Similar answer, I mostly read fantasy. The more grimdark, the better. I love interactive fiction. I haven't read a good interactive fiction in a while now, actually. I should really get back into that. A lot of classic literature, anything by Charles Dickens, the Bronte sisters, Mark Twain. Not Shakespeare for some reason. I could never get into Shakespeare, but chances are, if it was written more than 100 years ago, I'll probably love it. Honestly, anything. Like, I have some genres that I prefer to others, but if it's a good book, there isn't really any genre that I won't read. Question number 4. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? First person, past tense, adult fiction. I absolutely love writing in first person. It is my favourite point of view by far. I just love really getting into the head of the character and just writing what I think the character would write and trying to think how the character would think. It's so much fun. That said, because I mostly write interactive fiction novels, I actually mostly write in second-person POV, which is pretty much the only literary genre where you will ever see second-person POV used. I don't think I have ever seen a novel that is written in second-person POV. If any of you guys have, please let me know, because that would be an interesting read. Question number 5. Why do you love reading? Because duh, have you ever read a book? They're amazing! Moving on. Question number 6. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? Plotter, definitely plotter. I love world building, I love character building, I love outlining. If you put together all the stuff I have written while plotting, it would probably end up being longer than the actual book itself. Question number 7. What book series got you into reading? Lord of the Rings, 100,000,000% Lord of the Rings. I don't think I was particularly into writing or reading until I was 12 years old and I had just finished watching The Fellowship of the Ring for the first time. My little eyes were dazzling and I was like, oh my god, I had no idea this kind of story even existed. I need to read all of these books and I need to read them now. And I think that was the moment I decided that I wanted to be a writer. I just loved the Lord of the Rings books with a passion that I had never loved any book before, and I knew there and then that I wanted to write fantasy novels. Question number 8. What authors have inspired your writing most? Same answer, Tolkien. Tolkien is the reason why I decided I wanted to be a writer in the first place, but after Tolkien, my second biggest inspiration was definitely Robin Hobb. After The Lord of the Rings, I read a lot of kids' fantasy. I read Harry Potter, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Belgrade, but when I was about 15 or 16, I discovered Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and my brain kind of exploded. I was like, oh my god, adult fantasy exists? And it's this good? Okay, this is it. This is what I want to write. This is what I am aspiring towards. I want to write adult fantasy, and I want to write it in first person, and I want people to fall in love with my characters the way that I fell in love with Fit Chivalry Farseer and the Fool. If you are a fantasy lover and you haven't read The Realm of the Elderlings yet, go and read it. It's amazing. Question number 9. Are you self-published, traditionally published, or yet to be published? Yet to be published unless you include my interactive fiction novels that I have published online for free. I will link a couple of them down below if any of you want to check them out. They are lots of fun. My most popular game is called The Price of Freedom. It is a gladiator game set in ancient Rome, and it is the second highest rated game on the website, I believe. No joint second. Me and another author are tied for second, but still, very popular game, and I'm very proud of it. Question number 10. What is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? Honestly, whichever one sells the most books. I like money. Question number 11. What was the first story you ever wrote? Other than stuff I wrote for school, I think the first story I ever finished was an interactive novel called Tower of Riddles. It is a puzzle-solving game where you have to solve a bunch of riddles to win. I'll include the link to the game down below if any of you guys would like to play. Question number 12. What kind of videos can we expect to find on your channel? Writing advice, book reviews, little animated shorts based on books that I've read, maybe some dramatic readings of terrible fanfiction. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'll make it up as I go along. And finally, question number 13. What are you most excited about for your channel? Making friends, I guess. I hardly have any geeky friends who I can talk to about reading and writing, so if you're an author or a reader, then hi, I'm Avery, be my friend. So that is all the questions done. If you leave the video a like, that will absolutely make my day. If you subscribe, then that would make my day even more, and please let me know a little bit about yourself in the comments. What genres do you read or write in? Who are your favourite authors? What kind of videos do you make? What is the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Hope I see you guys soon. Bye for now.